What if someone watched everything you did for the next 7 days? Not just the big moments, not when you're at your best, but everything. How you spend your mornings, how you behave when you're tired, and what you choose to do when no one is there to judge you. Would they be proud of what they see, or would they hope they miss most of it? There's a very interesting idea I want to share with you guys. Act like someone is watching you. Usually, it's said in a very shallow way. Behave better in public because everyone is watching you. But that's not what this is about. The truth is, you are being watched. Not by people in the room or around you, but by something much harder to escape. Your future, your legacy, the person who you will eventually become. Most people only perform when they feel observed. They work harder when their boss is around, they act sharper when they're being judged, and they push themselves when there's an audience. But when they're alone, standards drop, effort drops, discipline disappears. And that's exactly where the real problem is. Because the person you are in private is the person you actually are. And if standards only exist when someone is watching, it means you don't have standards. You have an audience. And when the audience disappears, your discipline fades. So this is why the act as if someone is watching is really important. Not because someone is physically there to judge you, but because it forces you to live in a way that holds up to your full potential. Here's the part most people don't think about. One day in the future, you will look back at your life right now. The habits you're building, the choices you're making, and the way you're spending your time. It will all become a memory, and you will eventually judge it. Not emotionally, not with excuses, but very clearly. You'll see where you were disciplined and where you avoided effort. And in that moment, you will not be able to lie to yourself. So the key concept I really want you guys to get is that you're currently living in a memory that your future self will judge. So the question is, when that moment comes, will you respect the person you were? Or will you wish you had done more when things actually mattered? At some point in the future, someone will exist because of you. Maybe it's your children, or maybe it's just people influenced by what you have built. And in any case, they're gonna look back at your life, at your results, at your performance, not your intention and not your excuses, but your results. They won't see the days you meant to start. They won't see the moments that you almost took action but then decided you were too lazy to do it. They will see what you actually did, what you built, what you became. And that's really uncomfortable because deep down, we all rely on intentions a lot. We tell ourselves, oh, I had potential. Oh, I could have done more. But this is where everything connects. You act, and your action shapes what comes next. So when you choose comfort over discipline, when you delay your efforts and lower your standards, that does not just affect you, but it weakens what gets passed forward. And that's the hardest truth. Most of what shapes and defines you happens when no one is watching. No one sees, but it compounds day after day, decision after decision, until eventually it becomes your life. So that's why this idea matters. Because acting like someone is watching isn't about pressure or integrity. It's about being the same person whether you're being watched or not. You do not get to control who will look back at your life, but you do get to control what they will see. And most importantly, you don't get to rewrite this phase of life once it's over, but you can still decide how it plays out. So live in a way that holds up. Live in a way that you wouldn't have to hide from. Live in a way that your future self can look back at and be proud of without regret. Because whether you realize it or not, this moment is being recorded as a memory of something you will judge in the future. It's being recorded as part of a story, and you'll rewatch it for sure in your future. So guys, make sure to live up to your standards and see you in the next video.